Hi everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row, and today we are going to help make my plants a lot happier than they are right now. So we let it get too hot in our grow room, and boy do they just look pitiful right now. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you. Oh, look at my tomato plants. They're so pitiful right now. And we did give them some water, which they promptly sucked that up. But I'm actually going to go ahead and pot these up to make them even happier. So let's talk about to pot or not to pot. That is the question. And so when I repot mine, I actually put them either in an 8-ounce cup, or I'll go ahead and use the full 16. It just depends on where I'm at and what I'm planning on doing and how fast I'm gonna get them out. This year's kind of warm, so I think I might get them out sooner. So I'm gonna just use these are from last year. I keep them in my greenhouse. I used to keep them in my grow room. I utilize these until they break, and they've worked like a charm for us. But so what, if you're going to, so there's we did experiments last year and we left some in their little trays, and we potted some up, and then we potted some up a second time. So here's what we have noticed. When you leave them in their little trays, they start to get sad. No matter how much you give them, like, they just become a jumbled mess in their little tiny, like, cubicles, like in an office. So the ones that got transplanted into these did phenomenal. But I have to admit that when we potted them up a second time, they did really good. And then we potted some up a third time into like the great big, I don't know if it's a gallon or 2-gallon pots that I have, but they do well at first, and then they want to go into the ground. So I don't feel like it's necessary to keep potting them up unless it's still cool in your area, which it's too cool at night for us and the soil's too cold currently. And these are so unhappy right now that I kind of have to get them in a pot. So what I'm gonna do, you can also use something like this. I believe those are 4-inch little grow pots, but it's so much easier for me to just run to the dollar store or run to Walmart and go get these. And I just put holes in the bottom with a pencil or a chopstick, whatever you got. And these are the perfect, I love it because, so I tried the peat pots, and the reason why I don't like peat pots is because they tend to dry out really, really bad. And so these kind of help. I don't know if it's that they're, because they're insulated, but this just works out better for us. So I'm going to put potting soil, not seed starting mix. I'm gonna put potting soil in my cups and some of my 4-inchers, and I'm gonna mix in a little bit of Espoma chicken manure, just a little bit, just like a teaspoon per cup. And then this is all white now, but this is liquid tomato tone. And I'll put that, when I water this, I will put a little bit of that tomato tone. I'm gonna like put it like at a quarter of the dilute. So, and all that means is that if it says use 3 capfuls, you know, I'm gonna use like 3/4 of 1 capful, because these certainly don't need full strength, and especially with that little bit of composted chicken manure from Espoma, it will be perfect. I just want to give them plenty of food because 1, they're sad and they look like they're wilting and they're about to go, but 2, because we are supposed to have a warm spring this year, and I kind of want to, you know, just give them a big boost, because I'd really like to get them out in the garden as soon as possible. So today I'm going to be working with, I'm potting up the Brandywine Sudeth strain. I like the Sudeth strain. They have other strains of Brandywine, but I like the Sudeth strain, and I get those from Seed Savers Exchange. They grow the best. They're the most disease resistant. I also have some Amish paste, and I believe some bumblebee mix. So I'm gonna get started on that and show you exactly what I'm gonna try to do to save my plants. So let's get started. Oh my gosh, I just came out here to the greenhouse to get my my bigger 16-ounce cups, and I had to show you guys. So I reached into this bag. Let me show you. I reached into this bag to look at my hands to get these cups, and out flew something. It kind of like hit my face, and I thought it was a bat at first, but it was a bird. And look, can you see that? Trying not to touch it as much as I can. Oh, let me see if I can get in there. They're like white eggs with brown speckles all over them. Okay, so I'm not gonna disturb that. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna disturb that. I'm gonna get what cups I can and then go back outside because I want her to come back in and sit on those. So, but I had to share that really quickly. Okay. After that bird scared me, now I'm going to fill up the 16 ouncers. That was so cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little in the bottom of the cup. And then I'm gonna take my pretty Brandywine. And I already have the true leaves off. They were right here. I'm gonna put this in and go ahead and fill right up to this other set of leaves. Thank you, Jed. See, this takes quite a bit more soil too. And just kind of firm it in. So look how rooty those are. This is why, so here are the first leaves, and they look the same on virtually every single plant. And I just either take my fingernail and I kind of clip them off. And now all along this stem, new roots will form. And so why do we want new roots? Because new roots are going to draw in more nutrients and more water and more, you know, kind of everything to give you a nice, healthy, strong plant. So I like to develop an awesome root system. And you can also do that. Like if yours are at this stage and you can plant out, I mean, of course, doing this in the ground is good as well. The only difference is that my plants will grow again in this container. And then when I plant them out again, then I'll bury that stem too. So it'll have like a lot of stem to go. So here we have a Brandywine tomato. The rooster wants to join in. Here we have a Brandywine tomato that has two coming out of it. This one's not as strong as this one. If you want, you can just clip these. See how root bound these already are? I only grew these a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna split these in two though. So these two now become two plants from that one cell. So I never throw these away, and I never usually have any problems with dividing those root systems. So I'm just going to put on here what it is, because you will forget no matter how few you have. Well, there you have it. We have done 24 Amish paste, 30 Brandywine, and 15 Bumblebee mix. So I'm gonna put these back in the grow room for probably the next few days because it's supposed to rain. If the rain lets up, I might bring them out to just sit in the shade and kind of get acclimated. I will eventually be moving them over to the greenhouse, but for right now, they're gonna be warm and toasty in my grow room, in my makeshift grow room. So remember, if we can pot up our tomato plants, anybody can. Thanks, bye.